What's up, rockers? You're listening to WNYU 89.1. We are Crab alive in the basement. Hope you like us. This song's called Hair.
It's the wind in your hair, it's the wear on your shoes. You can run all night, but there's nothing for you to lose. Wind in your hair, it's the wear on your shoes. You can run all night, but there's nothing for you to lose. I'll wait outside, I'll wait for your news. There's nobody there, you all got something to lose. It's the wind in your hair and the wear on your shoes. Run all night, but there's nothing for you to lose. We're for the fight, I'm here to show you my moves. And we'll keep it up all night, I think I'm blowing a fuse. Don't know, wrong or right, this decision's got me confused. So stay up all night, or what's got me confused. It's the wind in your hair, it's the wear on your shoes. You can run all night, but there's nothing for you to lose. Wow! Run all night, but there's nothing for you to lose.
WNYU 89.1 FM. This is Aoka by Crab.
This weekend, leaving the lights again. This weekend, thinking this weekend, leaving the lights again. This weekend, I love and hate you at the same time. It's a lie, all the time I spend getting by with my best intentions, falling for your little game. What a shame, what a shame. And I'm thinking this weekend, leaving the lights sinking. This weekend, thinking this weekend, leaving the lights sinking. This weekend, you know I'm striving for perfection, but I can't 'cause we can. Even if we try to take it, 'cause we can.
NPR. This song's called Unlimited. It's a new one by Crab. Check it out. Like it. Don't like it. It's happening. It's
traveling soul. Heart, my heart will never be full. Heart, my heart will play us through. Heart, my darling. My heart, a traveling soul. Heart, my heart will never be full. Heart, my heart will play us through. Heart, my darling. The lion and the lamb will never come again. Asked you once for your ever-loving hand. Birds, the bees, I ask them for a sign. Thoughts, the trees, I'm losing my heart, a lover and a foe. Heart, my heart, I'll never let it go. Heart, my heart, it'll lie to you. Heart, my heart, we're dying. The lion and the lamb will never come again. Asked you once for your ever-loving hand. Birds, the bees, I ask them for a sign. Thoughts, the trees, I'm losing I tried to make a stand, I tried to make a plan. Peter's gate with his pencil and a pad. Beg, I'll plead for shelter in the light. Woe was me, I lost my hearts. Lost my hearts. Lost my heart. Lost my heart. Lost my heart. Lost my heart.
Okay. This one's called Paper Man. It's about cowboys and stuff. And a little bit of love.
We met one summer morning out there on the plains. You looking for your cattle, I was practicing mine. Without mercy, rugged and clean. Pray to God I'm in your hand. You take me aside. September, under Amarillo skies, took our honeymoon in Oklahoma City, drinking in each other's lives. Two young lovers on the way to single train robberies, the worst I'd ever seen. Our hands made blood, our pockets full of oil, bearing silver and gold.
All right, WNYU. This is our last song. We've had a great time here, alive in the basement. It's very sweaty. It's a very sweaty March afternoon. This song's from our first EP. It's called Heaven. Can you believe it? We have 2 EPs out. Can you believe that? They try to bring us down, but we keep staying up. All right. Hope you enjoy. Have a good night.
Folks, I'm introducing the band. That's what time it is. Over there on the drums, David Ha, shredding. Over there on the bass, Chuck Hughes, shredding. Over there on guitar and vocals, Paul Aronson, shredding. Over here, Captain Tunney on guitar and vocals, shredding. Over there, on goofs, gaps, guitar, vocals, administrative duties. Chris and Niftos, shredding.
Alright, NYU, listen up. We all have it hard. I don't know if it's midterms, I don't know if it's finals, but I know it's tough. I know it's tough. So listen up. Put all that away. But listen to this. Ready? I'm like, hey, what's up? Hello. See your pretty eyes as soon as you came in the door. I'm just trying to chill, find a sack for us to roll. Married to the money, introduced me to my stove. Taught her how to whip it, now she remixed it below. Stream a trap queen and I hit the bando. Hit the strip club and we watch the bands go. Down the bands go. Married to the money, double letter.
Welcome back, folks. You're listening to WNYU 89.1 FM, and I'm here with Crab. They just did an epic live session.
Yes, truly epic. Thanks for having us, Simon.
Yeah, of course. Who's the tallest?
Captain's the tallest.
Captain?
Yeah.
6'2".
6'2.5".
And how does that kind of affect, like, the band dynamic?
It's a very...
Everyone is kind of beneath me. Oh, yeah, sorry. Everyone else is kind of beneath me and has to kind of bend to my will.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're a hilarious dynamic because me, Chuck, and David all kind of hover in the 5'9", 5'10" range. And then you got...
Average kings.
We're like 3 average kings, and you got 2 Goliaths beside us. So it's great. You get everything. We need someone... You need to be at least 5'9" to be in Crab.
Got you. So, for all the short kings out there, I'm sorry. What would you guys say inspires you to wake up in the morning and create art together?
I would say friendship. The power of togetherness and the love that we share as a group of 5 men.
It's beautiful.
Anybody else?
That about sums it up.
Yeah.
What inspires me is my drive to be better than everybody else, because music is... It's not about the art for me, you know. It's about being the best. It is a competition to me.
Absolutely.
And if I can't be the best, I get really mad. And I go home and I have trouble sleeping after the show because I know deep down I didn't perform my best. It's Mamba mentality.
I respect it.
Unless you're friends with us, then we're cool.
I just like to play music with my friends, and I think if it wasn't for being able to play with such lovely people, I wouldn't really give a shit about it. Sorry, give a care about it.
Give a bloop.
Yeah, give a toss.
And listening to your guys' music, I feel like there's a lot of stuff going on. Tone-wise, you know, there's definitely a zone that you guys aim for. And I just say genre-wise, like, what are you guys listening to on the train?
Ooh, you want to start it, or you want to start?
I put it on shuffle every time, so it's you know, you don't hear a lot of Bill Evans and Crab music. You don't hear much. You know, it's just little bits and pieces, and they all kind of. It's like a melting pot, you know. You never know what you're gonna get when you sit down to like write a song. So,
I'd say me, Captain, and Paul have been playing music and playing bands together for a long time, and I think earlier in our kind of musical career, I gave more of a hoot about what genre something is, and it became very limiting, like if you're in or caring a lot about what a scene is doing or something like that, because it's like, oh, okay, we're going to play 3-chord punk and then put out an EP that's 3-chord punk, and then when it just starts to be like somebody wants to do something else, so I think when we set out to do Crab, it's literally whatever musical inspiration, and I think that is just... When you bring a song, no matter what it sounds like, if it hits and it's good chemistry, like, we'll record it and play it. And I think our personalities tie that together, like our way of playing, our individual, like, because we're very different kinds of people. I think doing that and just being yourself in the process, no matter the genre. I think you listen to a Crab song and that we have like cowpunk, we have like things that are more heavy, we have things that kind of go more in the gaze territory, and I think it's all Crab because of like how we perform it.
Just as a note, people tell me when people are like, you guys sound like XYZ band, they always say a different band. Yeah. I don't think anyone said the same band twice, which is cool because people like hear something different in it all the time, and I like that.
Yeah, I know we're gonna touch on it later with questions, but we're going out on the road this summer, and what I've been doing is building a little playlist of like songs I listened to when I was like 19, and I love being with these guys because there's always some tune that I haven't heard before. Then I'm just like, all of a sudden it's in my playlist and getting played heavily, and I think that's just kind of a testament to the eclecticism of everybody's taste. And I'm like building this playlist, being like, I gotta make these guys feel something out there.
I feel like that is the, kind of like what you're saying, is that is the cool thing, is like we all listen to so much different music, and like I'm on the train, I'm listening to anything from old like Union folk type music to like Gabber or MF Doom or whatever, and like we're all kind of like, we're just making whatever music it happens to express itself, and there's like yeah, that's my TED Talk.
Sweet. So on that, I know Chuck mentioned you guys are going on the road soon, and you've got some some music coming out soon as well. So how would you say this next release kind of like fits into the context of your previous releases?
That's a good question. So we released our second EP titled Ape 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 Ape. That is the title, 5 Apes. We released it February 1st. We had a really great release show at the Rabbit Hole. It was like a really beautiful community event. Shout out the Rabbit Hole. Very dope DIY venue. I think the second EP was kind of our first endeavor as like a proper band, because we released an EP back in 2023, but it was literally like the three of us in a basement, and it was... I love the product that we ended up with, but it was like almost like a mental health crisis recording process because we were all in very weird points in our lives and kind of one foot in the door and one foot out about even being a band or anything like that. And we were like, let's record something. And now we have Chuck and now we have David. Our host actually played drums on the EP that came out. Simon has played drums for us before. Simon's a great drummer.
Hire me.
But now we got Big Dave on the skins, and yeah, I'm excited for future releases because now we have this like unit, and we're all kind of bonded and great friends, and I'm excited for things that will be coming out in the future that has all 5 of us. Anybody else? You wanna?
I guess I'm mostly just excited that the next EP we play will be my first contribution to the band. So.
Oh, did we not tell you Simon's playing drums for that one?
Oh, okay.
I think it's all kind of like a culmination of all of our interests. I mean, I've said before to these guys, it's like without Chuck and David, we're just like 3 morons with guitars, you know.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, no problem. And yeah, it's a culmination of all of our interests and all our influences, and it's our, like Chris said, it was our first like concentrated effort in like a real deal studio, and just kind of learning the ropes with that was exciting and a little daunting, but you know, at the end of the day, the product was good. The music was good. The product.
I will say, like, I'm super proud of Ape and all the stuff that we put into it, but we recorded that in July of last year, and I feel like over the last 4 months or so, we've really started to like congeal and coalesce as like a single unit a lot more, which has been awesome. And we got like our own practice space, which I think is super helpful to be able to just like go and spend time on whatever it is that we need to do. And being able to, run a song 6 times without thinking like, oh, this is costing me, $25 an hour or whatever, or $60 an hour or whatever it is. And we've got the tour coming up over this summer, going down the Southeast, and like, I'm super psyched about that. I'm super psyched about the other stuff that we have, that we're working on right now. I think it's just going to get better from here.
The next one's going to be even better.
Hell yeah. Yeah, I can definitely tell, like, all of you guys are super serious about it. It's something I've always admired. Just I'm still in the group chat, even though I might not be playing as much anymore. And I can tell you it's active. It's very active.
We're also like best friends. So like we
That
use
helps,
it.
yeah.
We use it to like, hey, you coming to the cookout later or whatever? Like drinks tonight. Like it's very it's like a friend group chat and it's like a band group chat. It's really great. I love it.
Yeah, like we had a little cookout yesterday, right? It was great.
It was beautiful.
Cap's parents are in town. They're actually in the booth right now, hanging out.
Which is awesome.
I don't know. Like,
super grateful for that.
I was walking home with my wife, and I'm just talking about how much I love these guys. It's an incredible little community we're building, and I'm happy you're a part of it too, Simon.
Yeah, we got.
I will also say, I think the thing that you were saying earlier, Simon, like this is kind of like the only thing that I like really care about. Like I'll go to work, I do all that other stuff, but like the music, like every time I'm playing a show or I'm going to see a show or whatever, I'm like, oh right, this is like the only thing that I care about. Yeah. Everything else is kind of, for the birds.
Yeah.
Sick. What would you say has been your worst and best show experience?
I had a pretty good time in New Jersey. a couple weekends ago, which is funny because that one was also kind of high school dominated, but the difference was that there was no alcohol at the venue, so it was.
I'm pretty sure they were undergrads at least. Yeah.
I don't think so. I think they were 14.
All right.
I'm pretty sure I saw a middle schooler at that.
Yeah.
All
no,
right.
they were really,
I was averting my eyes every which way.
yeah, but they were like hardcore youth, so they, this was their scene. It was a small town, Clifton, New Jersey, or Montclair, New Jersey, and so this is what they did on their Friday nights, which was kind of cool. And yeah, it was a fun venue. Yeah, they were stoked to be there. That was my favorite.
My favorite was our EP release.
Yeah, that one was a really good show. Outside of that, I mean, yeah, I think some of these out of towner kind of things, it's nice to get out of New York and like engage with other people that might be a place that they don't have like a vibrant music scene, like Montclair, New Jersey, that like that venue is really big to them and they go no matter who's on the bill, and that was really cool for me.
Oh yeah, that was the moment I figured that they were like some youth said that was fire, and I was like, thank you, youth. And I was like, who are you here to see? Just to make small talk or whatever. Oh, we just come here. I was like, oh, cool.
I would also say too, the last time we went to Philly was a really good show.
Philly's great. Philly's like a second home.
It's like a second home. Basically live there. That was a good one. And shout out to Tarnish Preventer. Shout out to everybody in Philadelphia. Yeah, that was a good one.
Shout out Aunt Sarah.
Yeah.
Shout out Aunt Sarah.
I do feel like the New York audiences are a lot more like discerning, so the threshold of like how good you are for them to like look like they have a good time is so much higher. It at least the shows that we've played, it seems like that threshold of people that are going to start like bumping around is like super high. You got to be, you got to really like be on your game to be up there. But like, yeah, a lot of these other shows that we've played out of town, people are like just stoked to be there, and they're just stoked that there's like music happening regardless of what it is, which is like super awesome to be able to go and like experience.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, I've heard very similar things from other bands about that, especially playing in places that have a less vibrant scene.
Yeah.
But you guys you're going back to Philly this summer?
In August, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Going to Philly. We are going to Pennsylvania. I don't know when this airs, but we will have been there April 11th. We're going to Lancaster, Amish country. Telling you, we'll go anywhere. You want us to go to Brattleboro, Vermont? We'll go. We'll go with our pedal boards. But yeah, we're going to Pennsylvania in April, and then we're hitting Philly again in August on tour.
Awesome.
With Rochambeau, another great New York band. They rule. We're going on tour with Rochambeau, baby.
They were at the cookout yesterday.
Yeah, you talking about community? We break bread with them.
The tour details will be on your Instagram and whatnot.
Yes.
So do with that information what you will.
At crab.www.
Sweet. Do you guys have any last comments? Concerns you'd like to air before we bid these fine college students studying for their finals adieu?
Shout out Joe. Shout out Cosmo. They're behind the camera right now. Shout out Irving. Shout out Steven. Shout out Bed-Stuy. Shout out where Brooklyn at. Shout out the Bed-Stuy. Shout out the Bed-Stuy Aquarium. I would say shout out Simon. This is really cool. Little insider info. We did this like a year ago, and it was horrific. So I'm happy that we're back.
I have a question for you, Simon.
Go ahead. Yeah.
What's your sign?
I'm a Cancer.
Cancer.
That makes sense.
All right. Should we do signs real quick before we close out?
I'm a Leo, of course.
Oh, figures.
I'm a Sagittarius.
Yeah, that makes. I'm a Scorpio. No comments.
I'm a Virgo. Yeah.
I'm a Cancer. Gotta be a Cancer to be a drummer.
Yeah, so our eclectic mix is because we are a band of 2 fire, 2 water, and 1 earth to put it all together, baby. No air. Nobody's free in our band. Nobody's wistful.
Simon and I are the only real crabs in this band.
Yeah. Well, at least we have a crab in the band. Be funny if we were all taurine, you know? Anybody else want to shout something out?
Shout out my mom and my stepdad for coming out here. I'm really glad to be able to have you guys out here and blah blah blah.
Shout out Leland and Kenny for telling me to play the bass again and leading me to these boys.
Shout out my parents and my dog.
Shout out Irving the cat in Philadelphia.
Yeah.
He's a cutie.
Shout out Jalen Brown.
All right. Thank you, NYU. Hit the books. Great school. Thanks to the institution of New York University for having us. Thank you, Under the Basement, for having us. We are very appreciative. Thank you, Simon. Have a great day. So
You've been
long.
listening to WNYU. Talk to you later. Bye.
Bye.
Cool. Cute. Awesome. Thanks, you guys.